Hi everyone, my name is Keith Whitman, and today I'm excited to walk you through my industry case study. Basically, the career path I'm aiming for in the audio world and the people and stories that have really inspired me along the way. This assignment honestly got me more fired up about where I want to go. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right in here. My dream career that I chose was mixing engineer. When I think about my future in audio, the role that pulls me in the most is mixing engineer. It's that blend of creativity and problem solving that really hits home for me. A mixing engineer is the person who takes all the recorded pieces, vocals, instruments, effects, and shapes them into the final version you actually hear on an album or track. They balance, polish, collaborate, and basically bring the song to life. For me, it's the idea of taking raw sound and turning it into something emotional and intentional that really grabs me and really moves or inspires the listener of the end product. I am extremely excited to be a part of this process one day. The skills and tasks of being a mixing engineer really just means having one foot in the technical world and one foot in the creative one, is a good way to put it. I'm sure there's Pro Tools, Logic, EQ, compression, all the tools, but there's the art, also the artistry, choosing what stands out, shaping the tone, solving the problems, and giving the track its final identity. I personally resonate with the problem solving aspect. I just love that part, going in, figuring out what a song needs, and finding all the ways to make the whole thing click, and collaborating with others to do so. And yeah, the attention to detail is paramount, is huge. Mixing is basically critical listening with a purpose. For my stepping stone career, my first step in the field, I'm aiming to become an assistant engineer. This is where you set up microphones, help run sessions, organize tracks, and just absorb everything about studio workflow. It's hands-on, practical, and honestly, it's the perfect bridge into mixing later on. This is the part of the path where I get to build foundations, make connections, and learn from people who've already mastered the craft. For my parallel career, another path that connects surprisingly well is post-production audio. Editing and mixing sound from film, TV, or digital content. You're balancing dialogue, effects, ambience, mood. It's like mixing, but the story drives everything. And because I've made some artistic film edits and voiceover based videos before, the storytelling side of the audio really appeals to me. When I move on to Anna Behlmer, you'll see what some more. I'll discuss what I've done. For my inspirational story number one, I chose Mr. Leslie Brathwaite. He is one of the biggest inspirations for me. Mr. Brathwaite, a Grammy-winning mixing engineer. What I love is that he doesn't just quote-unquote push faders, so to speak. He builds relationships, he builds workflow, he treats vocals as the core of every mix, something that really stuck with me. Leslie starts every mix with vocals first, and then he moves to drums. That idea of anchoring everything around voice is something that I want to adopt in my own work, in fact. especially since vocal mixing is an area I want to specialize in. Leslie's path also reflects mine. He began assisting other engineers before becoming a top-tier mixer. Something that the same stepping stone route and working with other artists like Beyonce and Pharrell would really motivate me to do. His emphasis on organization also hit home with me. One quote from Leslie goes, "The more organized you are, the fewer mistakes that you will make." That's a habit I want to build early on as well. And there's Leslie right there, the bottom right, and so all of his quotes that I put in my presentation. But moving on to Miss Anna Behlmer, my inspirational story number 2. Very much of an inspiration to me. A re-recording mixer and post-production audio editor who's worked on films like Braveheart and Star Trek. What inspires me most is how she uses sound emotionally, not just technically. She mixes in a way that supports the story, the characters, and the mood. That really connects deeply to the music mixing too. Even a story tells, misquote, even a song tells a story. Her passion, attention to detail, and ability to bring emotion into mixing are all qualities that I want to bring into my own career. Her work reminds me that mixing isn't just about cleaning up audio, it's about shaping feeling. That kind of craft and creativity is exactly what I want to develop. And since I've experimented with emotional film edits myself, as mentioned earlier, I feel a connection to her approach. So in my presentation, I'll show you here, I posted a YouTube link. I may have already passed the slide, but I just put in there my link to a review I did in a previous class, which was on the film The Fountain with Hugh Jackman and Rachel Weisz. And I really enjoyed doing it because I put a lot of the audio from the film in the review, and a lot of effects were used that went along with the different scenes. And you can check that out if you'd like. So this case study really helped me to see the bigger picture of where I'm headed. It reminded me that everybody starts somewhere, whether it be an assistant, a beginner, a helper, and then they grow into the role they're aiming for. I'm excited to keep practicing, sharpening my ear, building my portfolio, and networking with people. Learning from people like Leslie and Anna showed me that mixing is more than a job. It's a craft with a passion behind it. And that's exactly the kind of career that I'd like to build. So thanks for watching.